and a deck for Pioneer, I believe. That's Scoot Swarm Infinite Draw Your Whole Deck nonsense, just for funsies.
With mutate?
No, with oh, here I'll have to pull up the list. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it's Scoot Swarm, Risen Reef, and that new artifact that makes all of your creatures every type.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
really
funny.
silly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like Risen Reef is good, and Scoot Swarm's pretty good. So like when the combo pieces are all pretty decent on their own, that's when you have something going. So really the bad card is just that, the new card that makes everything the same type.
Right. Which could be a version of the deck where you just throw that in the sideboard and you just build yourself like a blue, white, green sort of mid-rangey tempo-y deck, because you can play the new blue, white enchantment. The third mode is search for a card in your sideboard, throw it on the top of your deck.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It's like a Fae of Wishes.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Because it just poops out a flyer. So like you could have some kind of tempo-y list built around that and just have the combo as a potential out. But I was doing some silly combo nonsense where I would run the new, I think it's Orvar or something, the 4-drop that copies things that you target.
Right.
Just to mess around with Sparky on Moto or on Arena, just to have some fun. But there could be a deck.
How was this deck?
It has been pretty fantastic. The Shepherd.
It looks really good.
Yeah, the Shepherd has done a lot of work. I was in a call a little while ago, and there was talk of just like it's almost not worth it to play Inspiring Veteran and going the Fervent Champion route. But I found that it's perfectly fine. The aggression that you get off the Inspiring Veteran, in my opinion, is made up for it. And just Clarion Spirit has been such a house.
Right. Yeah, that card's constructed playable. That card is just.
And like having two versions of that with the Worthy Knight, it does trigger often enough to be relevant, I found.
Oh, right. So you're making a lot of tokens.
Yeah, you can really abuse it. I don't think it's the best aggressive deck in the format, but as for like my budget and the stuff that I have on Arena, it's been a great way for me to just grind the ladder.
Right, it's fast, which matters, and it looks fun as heck.
For sure.
And with Showdown, it's like they could wrath you, and then you just Showdown, draw a new hand, get it back.
Exactly. And since everything is so cheap and your creatures replace themselves really easily, even without a Showdown, you can have an aggressive board that you can set up like by turn 3 that kills in 2 turns and just hold your handful of creatures and just wait for them to do stuff. And Shepherd of the Flock has been instrumental in like double triggering things.
Yeah.
Also allowing you to play through board wipes. Like as long as you play it correctly, board wipes are basically a non-issue. But Showdown of the Scalds, that card has been extremely interesting to me. I've started putting together a Boros Storm deck for Modern, using Showdown and Steamkin Elemental, or what's Runaway Steamkin. And so if you can Showdown the turn before you go to Storm off, then every spell you play gives you 2 mana. With the Showdown on board, which allows you to cast any spells you draw off of it too.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and so there's Bergie, which has been incredible.
That card's sick.
And so it's basically just mono red Storm, cut all the draw effects.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's been pretty good to me. I'm building it in paper now, and the next FNM that we have locally, I'm gonna go play that and see how I do in person.
You could just play the Bergie as an artifact, and that's your draw engine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I saw that in Izzet Storm, like the straight up Storm. They're playing a couple Bergie because it's kind of like Electromancer, but it's so much better with the blue card draw and the second side of it. I
was looking at variants. Here, I can actually send you the list that I'm piddling around with.
Cool.
I was looking at variants of the deck to be able to run the 4-mana enchantment that allows you to play cards off the top of your library.
Right.
Um,
Expedition Frenzy.
but I found that it's
Experimental
almost
Frenzy.
not necessary. Showdown does the same thing and just gives you mana in the right situation.
Yeah, and then Burgee, the Horn, kind of the same thing too.
Right, and so there's just no room for it. And interestingly enough, the version that I'm running, there's this really cool little combo with Underworld Breach, because that's your main like card advantage engine when you go off. But Underworld Breach with Goblin Lore and Burning Inquiry in the main deck.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so with one Burning Inquiry and 2 of your effects, whether it be Runaway Steamkin, Burgie, or Runaway Steamkin in a Showdown, allows you to start plussing mana while essentially going infinite out of your graveyard, because anything you discard off of it, you immediately
Right. Wow.
exile to it. And so since we're already running Goblin Lores and Burning Inquiry in the main, and since graveyard-based Storm is really easy to disrupt out of the sideboard, for the sideboard, I'm just trading the deck straight over into a mono or a Boros Hollow.
Yeah.
Hollow one. Flame Blade Adept, Hollow one, Bone Crusher Giant, Seasoned Pyromancer.
Okay, that sounds pretty sweet.
So
and then you have assume you have Manamorphose and Rituals, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so those are really easy cuts from the main whenever you're doing the transformative sideboard.
Yeah. Is there Path in Flames?
There is not Pass in Flames. It's just Underworld Breach.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was potentially looking at trying to play. There's like a 3-mana sorcery that can search for an enchantment, because the deck is currently running Ascension, Pyromancer Ascension, Underworld Breach, and Showdown.
Oh, you're playing Pyromancer Ascension?
Slow. Yeah, Pyromancer Ascension's at 2, just because we're filling our graveyard anyway with Burning Inquiries and Goblin Lores, so it's really easy to pop off with.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
so Burgee's a big addition. It's kind of a nice pickup for that kind of deck. And the sideboard plan sounds sweet. Yeah, that sounds really fun.
Can I send it to you? I don't want to send it to the call chat, but
you could send me a picture on Facebook or post it, or if you have a link, you can put it in the chat.
The only groups that I'm chatted to are Limited and Pioneer. I know it's not a Pioneer back deck, but I'm going to throw it in Pioneer real quick, just so.
That sounds good. Is that on Facebook?
Yeah, that's Facebook Messenger, the Pioneer chat.
Oh wow, yeah. I don't think anyone's used this. It hasn't been used since you were the last post, and it was in November. Or October.
Did it not send?
It's another mono red deck.
Or did it send?
I don't see it yet, but it's the last post is your Ironcrag Feet deck.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I've been doing all kind of crazy brewing recently, just having fun with it.
That's sweet.
Let me send it to a friend of mine and see if I can pull it from their chat and send it. Cool. I have it on a deck builder app, so it's kind of awkward to try and move around to send. So I do everything on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Copy the text. There we are. Then I can find you. Haha. Yeah. There you go.
Sweet. There we are.
Sorry.
Steamkin Burgee.
I mean,
Dart Hazard. Ritual Lore, Grape Shot Morphos. Yeah, this looks sweet. Kind of want to just play 4 Showdown, but I guess 3 is probably all right. Yeah, and the Cyber Plan's cool. Yeah, this is a cool deck, dude. That's pretty cool. And you could just aggro on game 1 with the Steamkin.
I'm sorry, I had a friend talking to me.
Just saying it's a cool deck.
Mm-hmm.
And you could probably aggro him out with the Steamkin game 1 once in a while. Just hit him a couple times and grape shot him out.
Yeah.
Curve Steamkin into Burgee, bash him.
Yeah, Showdown of the Skull.
Lava dart him out. Oh, right. Showdown, right. You just can build a big creature. Huh. Wonder if Monastery Mentor or would be decent in here.
There's a
It's
chance.
sideboard it. You could try in the sideboard over some of the red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mainly the sideboard plan. I don't think it's the best version of this deck for sure. But I haven't played Modern in almost a year now,
Right.
so I don't know my local meta. And I thought a transformative sideboard plan would be a good way to see more games.
Yeah, you can always
and get-
sideboard back to the combo too.
Exactly.
Game 3. Yeah, we just had the bans, so Modern's pretty up in the air and pretty open for new decks.
It's been a trip to learn how to storm in paper, though. I've never done it before. Keeping up with all the mana triggers has been interesting. But anyway,
fun.
Didn't mean to hijack your call.
Easier when it's one color.
That's true.
No, yeah, it's all good. Really, the calls are just for like really for whoever's showing up. So if you have decks to share and stuff, that's what it's all about. I just draft to fill the time, just to have something to do. So you can talk about your brews all you want. I wish I had like the rental service. I could just try it. Although I guess this deck probably is looks pretty cheap.
Yeah. And the Splinter Twin-esque combo that I made.
Yeah, what is that?
It's called, or it's something that I had talked a streamer into playing during what was it, Modern Horizon? No, there was some kind of set that was that had a bunch of artifacts and charge counter stuff in it, and there was an infinite combo that you could draft. It was like 4 cards or something nonsense. It's Corridor Monitor with Cogwork Assembler, and either a Astral Cornucopia or an Everflowing Chalice with 7 counters on it.
Oh my god.
Which sounds obscene, right? But Core Tapper does a lot of the work.
Yeah.
And the other big piece to get it going is Surge Node, which innocuously looks like an absolutely terrible card. But when you're turning Surge Node into mana, it actually isn't terrible.
That makes sense.
Combo as quickly as turn 4. But most of the time it's like a 4-piece puzzle, so it's hard to get all the pieces together.
Yeah, I bought a few hundred Surge Nodes like over a year ago. So I'm hoping that eventually that deck breaks a format and I can sell all those Surge Nodes for $1 or $2.
Yeah.
I paid like 5 or 8 cents for. That's my spec.
I was really, really hoping that this list would be like, it's not pauper legal, but I was thinking potentially Penny Dreadful legal, because it would be such a cool Penny Dreadful deck.
Never played it. It's cool. It's on Magic Online, doesn't it? It always change depending on the value.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's always up in the air, and these are cards that nobody plays. So maybe in like a few seasons or so, it's possible that the deck could just dump in price. But basically, none of the important pieces are legal, so there's no way to make it work.
Oh, yeah, just gotta play Modern. Oh, here it is. Core Tapper, Thrumming Bird. Oh, the Crane is cool though.
Yep, that's been a fun one.
Yeah, that looks cool. I'm not as excited about it as the red deck. This seems like there's a lot that could go wrong and like not much that can go right. There's not really spawning pits. What is spawning pit?
Spawning pit is a weird one.
Is that the Eldrazi token thing?
No, it's 2 mana artifact. You can sack a creature to put a charge counter on it, and then at any time you can remove 2 charge counters from it and put a 2/2 into play.
What is that from?
The same set as like all of the other charge counter stuff.
I don't even know that card.
Like Darksteel stuff.
Yeah, I gotta look it up right now because.
Let's see. Core Tapper, same set. I haven't played since
Spawning Pit. Okay, I know the art.
Return to Ravnica.
Right. Yeah, this card is sweet. This card's kind of cool and powerful for what it does, you know? You don't This is like an underutilized card. I feel like maybe there's a bunch of commander decks that use it.
Mm. Yeah, charge counters are a weird one. They're like, it's one of those things that there's a lot of really strong pieces. You're just missing the payoffs, I feel.
Karn's Bastion's nice. It's a nice
Yeah.
pickup. Oh, and Dreadship Reef, that's a cool combo too.
Yep, because you just have Thrumming Bird in the deck.
Yeah, it's just a lot of synergy, and it's kind of like it works over a couple turns, and it's just hard in Magic when there's cards like Uro and Dreadhorde Arcanist and all these busted cards that just can take over the game in 2 turns. It's hard to like invest into something over 2 or 3 turns.
Exactly.
But yeah, who knows? Maybe they can make the right piece for it.
Just some silly nonsense though to play around with. And then of course I've got the cube I'm working on, so not so much competitively at the moment, but just
what kind of cube?
Just casual, not powered, nothing crazy. I've got some proxying dual lanes
proxy the hell out of it.
Yeah.
I should make a proxy cube or just some sort of cube. Good thing to have made in the last couple of years with all these cards spiking.
For sure. Yeah, I've mainly recently, because we don't have a lot of people, like with COVID, there's not a whole lot of people to get together to play or to like fully draft.
Right.
I've just been using it to build commander decks out of.
That's
just try
cool.
out different
it's fun. You could make sealed decks out of it too. It was fun practice.
Yep.
And if you just have a friend to play with, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool. Yeah, let me know how let me know how they do. I'm curious about the Storm deck. I feel like you could probably make that pretty competitive.
Yeah, and if anybody, if you have any ideas to like anything I can do to make it better, or if somebody watching this has any ideas, I'd love to hear it. That's one that I feel like there's probably a version out there that could be competitive.
Yeah, I almost want to try it at some point. It just looks pretty fun.
At the very least, I have since I bought it in paper, I have most of the pieces for just the regular Is It Stormless now.
Nice.
So yeah, just Showdown of the Scalds. That's one of those cards that like everyone was super hyped for when it released, and then people have just been playing it in standard, but I think it has more homes than that. I mean, wrong.
It's there was a vintage, I don't know if it's 5-0'd or top 8'd a challenge or like preliminary. There was a vintage list that did well that played 4 for some reason. Oh, it played Chain of Vapor. It played like multiple Chain of Vapor, like 3 or 4 Chain of Vapor, I think, and then 4 Showdown. So you could just bounce your own Showdown with the Chain of Vapor. And just
because how does Chain work? It's like you can
one blue. This 1 blue, return anything, and then its controller can sack a land to bounce something else. So if you bounce the opponent's thing, they can sack a land and bounce one of their own things. It's like a Chain Lightning for bounce, but it's basically just a 1-mana bounce spell on your own thing. And then you could also you could kind of combo off if you want to sack a land and then like bounce your Mox. Then you could, like if you want to go off in 1 turn, you could sack 2 or 3 lands and bounce 2 or 3 Moxes almost to like ritual out more mana. And then
that is really sweet.
Yeah, and then you get more spells for the Showdown, and then whatever. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. And then also it's just disruption, right? Sometimes you could just bounce. You bounce they might play a Trinisphere or something. You could bounce that. You can bounce.
If the Reanimator, you just bounce their threat.
Yeah, that really. Actually, there isn't any Reanimator in Vintage. There's Oath of Druids. You can bounce their Oath of Druids to buy your turn, or maybe get there.
Really? I must be thinking Legacy then. Legacy Reanimator.
Yeah, and Legacy. Even though that lately I don't see much, but yeah, usually in Legacy Reanimator is really popular.
Yeah,
you could use the Showdown and Legacy with Chain.
I'm a poor broke college kid. I've never played Vintage or Legacy. So
yeah, Magic Online is cool that Vintage is accessible. People say some people say it's the most healthy format there is. I know.
Well, let's see what you got brewing up.
Yeah, let's draft.
The draft.
See what's going on. played some sealed, done some drafts on call and done well. People say black is the worst color by far, and I've actually had some success with it on these calls, like 2-3-0s in a row with black decks. But
Yeah, the removal is really good.
yeah, you get the exile removal spell. Have you played much Kaldheim Limited?
We bought a box, and it's
Okay.
just me and my boyfriend here at the house, but we've managed to get one sealed event in. I've cracked a bunch of packs, and we've built some more sealed decks that we haven't played yet.
Oh, cool. So you've done a lot. Sounds like.
Yeah. And shoving a bunch of cool stuff into the cube from that. Or did we?
Yeah, the gods are cool. Like it's like every single card in Kaldheim is like good. Is like a good card. They like don't really make bad cards anymore.
No.
It's crazy, actually. Like every single card in Kaldheim, just so much just packed into every rarity and just double-sided and snow and foretell and there's so many mechanics and so many different like that that foretell, make tokens, take an extra turn. That seems like it'd be the sweetest cube card. Alron's Epiphany, maybe it's called.
Yeah, the mythic. Yeah, we pulled that.
Yeah, and half the gods would be pretty cool as well. There's a green one that like searches for legends. It's cool. There's just
At 4 mana though, I think it's kind of slow. I'm really excited for the 3 mana 6/6.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what the cube, how powerful it is. 3 mana 6/6 Egon.
Yeah, I want to see somebody brew with that.
Jerry Thompson. I could send you the article. Jerry Thompson, I believe, did an article. It might be behind premium, but so if it is, I could just send it to you if you really are curious. And he like brewed. I'm like not excited by the card at all, but Jerry Thompson brewed an article about it. So he shared all kind of ideas.
Yeah, because I mean, just a big creature doesn't do a whole lot, but I think the other side of it, just putting a card in your graveyard every turn, obviously it's bad against the rogues matchup, but there are, I think, decks that can take advantage of that, potentially out of the sideboard, like the Rakdos lists or something. I don't know. But yeah, I would like to check that out, and I do need to get premium anyway.
I'm looking it up.
Well,
and they open up premium articles at some point. So here, let me send it to you. And it may or may not... I'm just going to send it. Can you look at the chat in the call?
I can.
Okay, I'll send it to you. If you can't click it, I can send it on Facebook. It should be a link, hopefully. Let me know if you can read it. If not, I'll just email it to you.
Yep, the link worked. Thank you.
Cool. So yeah, see if it's behind a paywall or not. I think it might be opened up. It's been over a month.
It looks like I can read it. At least the first portion.
Sweet.
Yeah, here it is. Thank you. I'll definitely look into this.
Okay, so yeah, he has like Meyer Triton. He has Timuret Calls the Dead.
Yeah.
He has Liliana. And then he has a Kroxa and Ox of Agonis. So there's other ways to use a graveyard. So what did I get? I got a Sweeper. This card's pretty busted. All creatures, but it is black. So it's best with snow. Otherwise, it's a little bit awkward. I kind of want to take the Fearless Liberator. So red supposedly is the deepest color. I've had a lot of success with this card and just really just hyper aggro quick decks. I've liked this a lot. I kind of want to just take this.
I like it.
More fun than trying to, because like Ari Lax had a post like about like a green. He commented on Twitter about there's a green card that puts counters based on snow, and it's like you have to use so many picks on snowlands. Just to maybe make it work. But I mean, Blood on the Snow is a sweeper. 6 mana, destroy all creatures. Oh, here's the exact card that Ari was talking about.
Yeah, not terribly excited about that.
People are not excited about this. I was excited at first. They're not super excited about this. Maybe because it's black and Yeah, it seems like a reasonable pick here, though. I guess what's the best card? This is pretty cool, but it's 5-drop. Squash is cool, really good with changelings.
Oh yeah.
This card is kind of not the best in super aggro. This Mentor has been good. Could just take the Glade Walker, get real aggro. I don't know.
You might balling the Giant Amulet or the Saga, honestly. I feel like, you've got the Liberator, which works with the Saga well. If you just keep with this aggro theme and go wide, like the sack effect is not that big of a downside, but the reanimation also doesn't end up looking that good. So it's hard to say.
Yeah, it seems probably worth speculating on it compared to pretty weak cards. And if black's the worst color, then maybe it's underdrafted.
That's true. Ooh, Replicating Ring.
Maja's nuts. Ari was saying this is like one of the better cards. This could, I mean, I may just want to get into green white at this point. Would you say over?
Oh, I like Replicating Ring a lot, but that's definitely for a much slower deck.
Yeah, if I started with like that sweeper,
the board wipe.
Yeah, and sealed, this card is sweet. I mean, I've seen it go off. So this Raven is sweet. I'm just gonna honestly just completely reshift. This card is like a mythic, I think. And this Arcanist is actually surprisingly weak because you need multiples. Ideally multiples. So it's like normally would have been like a really great card if cards like that, but
a 4-mana 2/5 still is not that exciting either. You have to pop it off for it to do anything, it seems.
Okay, so assuming I'm shifting into green white, or it could, I guess, theoretically be red, white, splash, green. Here's a fight card for 1. Great with snow. I'm a big fan of runes. I don't know if I want to take the fight or the rune.
Glittering Frost can help fix the colors, but yeah, that's just not worth it. I think, like, as far as bread goes, removal's next up on the scale, and that's one of the better removal spells.
Yeah, it is kind of just removal. Yeah, I think that's a smart pick.
Ooh, there's the land.
Yeah, I may just want to take that, huh?
Is there any chance I could wheel?
Too late at this point.
Okay. Because
there's only going to be 2 cards that come back.
It is a 2-color card though, and people aren't going to play it like on a green to white splash. But
well, the main thing is there's just nothing else I really want to take.
Yeah. Dog Pursuit's
Recluse. This Raider is honestly appealing too. Could end up just like red green. I like this Raider a lot.
Yeah, and if you are going aggressively, which your green white card wants you to do, a tap land isn't necessarily the best thing in the world, but it's hard to say.
Taking the Raider and hedging, and look, I get paid off with the Firewalker.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And this brawl still is going to be good if I end up green. And there hasn't been good white. Okay. There's a Raider. I'm a big fan of this card. It's just just play a 2-drop. It pitches a land. It's a Berserker, which tends to be pretty good type. This pet, I think, it's not been great, but the 2-mana version of this has been awesome. And in those 3-0 black decks I've done on stream, I've had, I think, 2 and 3 respectively in 2 decks. Oh, this card is probably pretty nice as well. Oh.
I feel like Combat Tricks you can probably get pretty late.
Yeah, I feel like this card is probably great in the right deck, but I've never seen it be good.
Yeah, you'd have to be playing like the giants and stuff, like the red giant probably. Maybe like a green-red ramp style.
Yeah, I was thinking more of just a rush deck. Like if I can curve out with 2 or 3 creatures and play this, it's almost like a removal spell. Yeah. Basically, you want to like turn it into a removal spell. So yeah, big creature would do that.
But I think a golden pick, like, or that thing has been fantastic.
I've heard it has been good. I have not really played with it, so.
And you can move it around. It ramps you. It could even splash if you are still trying to splash off color.
So it would
Like
be nice with this Raptor, and this Raptor's kind of appealing, but this Effigy, I think it's just a pretty good card. It's good with double spell. It's kind of just like a 2-mana 2/3.
yeah.
And at this point, I'm not white. But I might want to be that Oracle. I think this. I'm not too excited about the mob. I feel like I can get a wings. This Oracle has the highest upside, I think.
Yeah, and the foretell makes it so much easier. Also good if you can get double spell value from it.
Well, this Courser is interesting if I want to play. Equipment. It's a flyer.
It's possible that your Boros splashing green.
Yeah.
For the top end, because you do have the pick that helps.
I wonder which one I want here.
I think I like Courser because it helps.
I think it has the highest upside. Let's take a Raptor now. I figured the Courser is good with pick.
The Raptor also is.
And interesting, there is a. I forgot exactly what it was, but it was like Boros decks that would be good with Valor of the Worthy, or like high performers, but you don't want to actually play Valor. Decks with the Valor's X hit a worse percentage. So it's like decks that Valor would be good in, but you don't play the Valor. If you can, make sense of that.
Well, big flyer. Maybe the Armory comes.
Oh
around.
Yeah, this card is busted. This card feels unbeatable. Like, geez, gain life. It's a good card on 3-mana 2/4 would just be playable every time. And you had a sick ability, and then you get another ability.
A lot of the flyers in the set are smaller too, so it just.
Yeah, and they say that flyer. That's true. It's like a brick wall, and they say, or I've heard said that flyers are particularly good.
Mm-hmm. I know limited and draft are a lot different, but Raven's Wings has been absolutely fantastic in all of our field decks.
Yeah, I completely believe that. Yeah, I mean, there's been cards like that in the past that are pretty good, and this one gives plus power as well.
Mm-hmm.
Has the bird ever come up?
The bird effect? No. I think you need to get the rare
right
enchantment.
What kind of decks have you put it in?
Let's see. It's been a minute.
Maybe we'll table the Oracle here. Or the effigy.
Just there was a big ramp deck with giants that we put it in. Just throwing it on a huge body was fantastic. Basically any green deck we had a blue green.
That was my thought.
The Valkyrie's been good to us. But
yeah, Valkyrie seems awesome. Iron Verdict's good. I'm going to be aggressive. I want to try out this Spectral Steel. Although I wish, I guess it'd be better with auras. Maybe it's actually not as good as I'm thinking.
I mean, that still just opens you up to a 2-for-1. Just having creature removal might just generally be better. Because the Courser's kind of incidental value and just another good flyer. I don't think you need to go all in on that kind of synergy.
Maybe I just scoop up the Valkyrie. I think I take the flyer. I don't want the defensive removal because I want to be aggressive. Although also, the Furt has been sick, and I get paid off here.
Yep.
Also, I want to play a lot of creatures and equipment, so not a ton of room. So at this point, could splash black, could splash green.
Weirdly enough, I've heard people say Divine Gambit's actually decent, but definitely not for an aggressive strategy.
I didn't think it was too playable, but like Simon and Kai Song, Kai used it in his deck to get to day 2 of the Arena Open, and they were saying how if you just use it later in the game, they're not going to have anything good. And then also it only costs 2 mana, so like if they put something in, you're still probably going to have mana left to do something.
But with this curve, like we don't really have much of a late game, so trying to Divine Gambit and then like what would the follow-up be? Because we basically are going wide early on the board.
Sadly, I'm honestly just going to take it because there's nothing else, and I don't want that. Yeah, maybe this will be the deck where I get to try it. Okay, Run Amok's great. And then the Shield Mage. Do I want the pump or do I want just another body?
You're okay on 2s right now. Your removal is reasonable. Well,
that's true. The Run Amok's kind of like removal.
yeah,
I may just want that.
Yeah, you just have the Demon Bolt, so.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's the weak spot. And if we got paid off with this, this is like the perfect card to push through.
Mm-hmm.
Although there is a verdict, but again, like I like to say that basically you want to spend your mana to impact the board, so either play a threat or kill theirs. You want some versatility, and like we've all played, we know that having removal can set up tempo and inner 2-for-1s, and removal is just really powerful in situations and does things other things can't. On the other hand, sometimes it's dead, it doesn't help you out, so I'm just going to go for basically creatures.
Blocker. Iron Verdict can't take down a blocker, which is kind of bad. There's that steal again. I mean, it does work with the flyers. We have a few of them.
And you're in another aura or equipment, so it's really meant to be used with runes. It's like could be constructed almost. If you have the right draft deck, it could be great. In order to make it good, you have to be able to get value from it.
Yeah, getting blown out 2-for-1 is just so rough. So the Boggart maybe is just some top end. It's a way to use mana in the late game.
I wonder if I want just the Oracle.
Possible.
Just gonna take it and be basically building a mid-range deck where I can be aggressive, play defense. Look, the Oracle's good with the Valkyrie, if that's worth anything.
Yeah.
And if I can get like another equipment or two, I could like you can kind of equipment, the longer the game goes, the more value you get. Like every time you put it on a creature and then trade with something that's bigger, you like actually realize some value from the pick or whatever equipment. So thinking maybe the pick here, although probably just the Valkyrie could be the verdict.
I think we'll see another pick in later packs, honestly.
Could be very well the verdict, but with the logic that I'm taking creatures, here's a Valkyrie, I'm just going to load up on creatures, try to save my interaction for top tier removal, and then
I like the land here.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're still live to pick up the uncommon equipment that also have creatures attached to them, so could be great.
So I think because we took the armory that searches for an aura,
yeah,
I kind of want to take this steal. However, the cavalry I like, and then here's a verdict. Like verdict could certainly be great. Could use it on the draw. It's close. I'm just going to take the steal because I've been speaking highly of it, but it could be.
You still get the verdict anyway.
Wow. Yes, that's lucky. Scoop that up. I actually like Seas a lot. Wings, though, Wings is a trick.
Seas can help you splash green if that's still an option.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah, that curves really well. Yeah, that's smart.
And if it gets
because this card would be so good.
Yeah, we get another pick. It's basically free.
Let's take the Shield Mate. Yeah, I'm hoping for like a Snowland or two. I think this lands. Don't think we need another. Wow.
Ooh.
It is tapped, but
you could just not play it. But even
look, last pick. So I think we found our lane here.
For sure.
The red is. Could we have been green white? It doesn't seem like we've seen any green whatsoever.
Not really anything good anyway. Nothing that's.
And red is pretty reasonable support. Oh, I forgot that I have this. So this Braggart is a bit better. I think maybe earlier if I realized that, I might have agreed with you and went with the Braggart over the Oracle.
You had mentioned the Snowland before. Why is that?
Oh, I guess I meant the Snow Duel, like Snow Duel for green.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah, at this point, that does nothing.
There's not much here.
Yeah, my mind went to the Helm.
Is that just? That's one. It could be good.
Yeah, it's been good for me. I had a lot of 1-drops.
It does give us a turn 1 play, given that we only have the 1 flyer at the moment. So it'll help us curve a little bit. And if we stumble and go like turn 2 2-drop, turn 3 2-drop, we have something to do with our mana.
16 creatures.
There's another golden pick, which but yeah, the land. Yep.
Yeah, at this point, I do have tons of playables. This doesn't help us splash, but it helps us fix. And I think it's probably worth taking over.
Yeah.
But we just took the helm, so we don't need the pick necessarily. And we're not going to use the mana for it that well.
It does kind of push an Axe Guard Armory into the sideboard, but I don't think that's that painful. Oh, there's another Raptor. Or another pick. But yeah, probably
so
the Raptor.
If this was a green, if this was like a green-red,
yeah,
then we probably just
scoop it up.
I've heard Longboat is decent, but that's more of if you have like a lot of 1-drops, I think.
I think a second Raptor. We have a couple equipment. We have the
oh yeah, we could get away with like a 15-land deck potentially here. We could have like a very, very low curve deck. Maybe get rid of the Braggart. And
a lot of the bigger things.
14.
A lot of your 3-drops have the hideaway mechanic, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, and the Valkyries can be a 2-drop as well.
Mm-hmm. Bound in gold.
Yeah, I think that's the premium removal that I'm looking for.
Yeah. Worse than the champion.
This cleric could be good if we get it. Pup could almost be good. This champion is actually, I think, one of the better white commons. Like cards like this in history tend to be either it's like a tapper that doesn't attack, or like cards that attack and tap are often uncommons. This one is like a little bit mixed. You have to use mana, but it's a body, and it's a flexible good card. And playing against it, it's just been punishing all the time.
For sure.
Ironically, these are good with, I know it's ironic, but like you could just combine a bunch of these, right? If you said like, if this draft I took every one and I had like 3 or 4, just get back another one, chain them.
It does loop. We're not ever getting an equipment back with it, but it loops the other one. One time.
Oh, it does. It is good with pounding gold, I guess. Sometimes.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
But there is also a pick. Maybe I want the champion.
The seal, yeah. Pick. I feel like the pick makes our green splash possible. But
maybe we just give up that. Give up
yeah.
this. We don't really have room. Maybe just get rid of this. Try to play 15 lands.
I don't hate the second spectral seal.
Oh, this is like my favorite card ever. This card, I think this card is so good. It's a 2-for-1. Like this is blue. This is like red card draw.
Yeah.
Each one of those 2-for-1s is a freaking card. Like this card has just felt so good from my side and so tough from the opponent. This is like the card. I mean, I could argue, you could probably argue it's better than Demon Bolt in the right deck, but Demon Bolt's absurd too.
We certainly don't need the shield mate.
Another land. We didn't get the green land. So I think without a green land.
Here and invoke the divine just for the sideboard. That's
what I was thinking. Yeah. Although it is a black land, is there any situation where I want this? Probably not.
No, that seems more mid-rangey. Because
yeah, and I think you're right. I think the invoke is smart at this point. I don't need any of these expensive cards. I don't need the Oracle.
Yeah, Carador for removal. We want to be aggressive, so killing our own creatures just kind of defeats the purpose.
That's true. Story Seeker seems fine.
Can you search vehicles off the lands? Off the Axe Guard Armory? No. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting for sure. Could maybe try Valor with Spectre Steel. Draw another Invoke. Maybe. Take the Braggart.
Defoily win.
I was going to take the non-foil just so I didn't give away the other non-foil.
Oh, true.
I'm like trying to get every edge here. Or maybe just Shackles. Braggart's, I could see a matchup where we just fight with Braggart. Shekels,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know how to use a threaten.
I think against like a control deck, we might want to side out the equip or the enchantments specifically because
Yeah.
they are so bad to removal.
Right,
And then you can bring in,
Braggart. Were you going to say Braggart?
yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know if you were saying, yeah, like you pick out those for just more creatures, or like again, a deck with like blue black.
Oh, there's the champion. We have 2 Valkyries already.
These are all good.
Yeah.
These are all good. So let's
Actually,
go.
1-drop for the curve might be the
Yeah,
most
I
important.
think that's what I want to take. I think this is a 1-mana 2/2.
I got the little recording bar from Zoom in front of that one, so I couldn't quite see it.
Shieldmate, nice. Yeah, we're gonna play 15 land.
I think we were in the right lane, maybe.
I think so. Yeah, the red is not amazing, but that's not what it's about. It's like you find the one color and then you support it with the best you can. I think that the red we did get the red cards we did get are pretty good, but there just wasn't any. Maybe blue. Maybe I wonder if it was blue white. I almost want to have to go back and look. But yeah, this is good. I think this is 10 lands. So let's go through. I think I definitely want all these 2-drops. So Effigy is good with double spell, but not the best. How did this Courser do? It did okay. Firewalker's in, Valkyrie. Yeah, 4 Oracles.
The Courser's a flyer, though.
Yeah, I think this is probably in there because we have some enchantments too. Maybe we don't play Verdict.
Yeah.
We don't play Effigy.
Because the only double spell is the Code Spell Cleric, so Effigy double spell isn't that relevant here.
I almost want the Gambit.
Yeah?
Want the Helm. I guess we don't need the pick. Just play the Helm.
Yeah, I agree. The way I see Gambit is we're going to dump our hand way before our opponent is. So by the time we'd want to use it, we would have already enacted our game plan. So it's kind of hard to see unless they've got a big creature as a follow-up to stabilize for it to be good.
It's kind of like Verdict. Yeah, I don't. Maybe bring it in if they have something we need to kill.
I think we can be way faster than that. That's 23.
This run amok saved the entire draft, by the way.
That's so true.
Yeah, that was such a clutch pick. Oh my god. I would just feel so naked without this right now. Like this is gonna do so much work. I almost makes me wish I took that 1-drop one. So maybe we have 2 Valor.
I think we could maybe do 22 lands and still play the golden pick just because the value off the armory is potentially worth it. And the fact that we have 2 1/1 flyers makes the golden pick pretty, or 2 1/2 flyers.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. I think you're right that we have flyers and we have like tokens, and it probably can like tempo out in a pretty gross way that I'm not quite appreciating right now. And we have mana sinks here kind of.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What about Axguard?
As a 2-of, I don't think it's necessary because we're only really going to have an opportunity once a game to play it, and I don't think the tap land is worth.
Oh, it gets bound in gold.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay.
And
that changes.
You know, sure. I'm not too worried about tap land. Having 3, it's kind of like it's like 5-ish, 5 or 6 in a 24 land. Yeah, it could annoy us, but I think we're just building like the theme deck here, and it's probably the potential to get a 2-for-1 probably just outweighs because we do have 2 equipment, and then I want to play 1 Valor and these 2 steals.
The Spectral Steel, which seems fine.
I'm gonna try it. 13, so this would be 16. I think we can get away with 15 because we literally don't have 4-drops. Which in the old day, like people were playing 14, and yet curve runs at 3. Because you think about it, that's like 21 land constructed. But I think we want 15. We have some mana sinks and it's a little more stable.
We currently have 16 lands.
Yeah. So we can actually put one card
in. Does the token that the Valor gives you, is that a flyer by chance? It's just a 1/1 on the ground.
It is flying. Does that makes you want to play it?
A
Yeah,
little
this
bit.
card is kind of sweet.
It works well with the Tormental's Helm and the Golden Pick.
I'm building the theme deck. Let's just make sure these armories are good and these steel. So we'll see if we can prove the RE theory wrong. Like it was like math. I forgot. Maybe it was like math from Arena stats or something. But it was like Valor the Worthy has been bringing decks down. But maybe this is a deck.
I mean, because we can loop it with Spectral Seal, which is another form of card. Like that's actual hard card advantage from a little.
Yeah. We have that. We have the armory.
Yeah.
The flyers to pop it on.
Like a turn 1 Raptor into a turn 2 Spectral Seal seems pretty strong.
Yeah.
It does fold to a removal spell, but then the Spectral Seal is just drawing its cards. Steel.
Yeah, and then do we get our token? And then if we have the Valor, yeah, or that we get our card advantage later, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, this is not fundamentally a thing that I've done a lot of in limited, or is like fundamentally good, but it seems like more and more, or in just different sets, you see like there are decks that like the red card that's +2/+2 and like against haste sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
Like cards like that.
I think what makes this one worth it though is the fact that it can basically draw you a card. It'd be so much better if we had a rune, but
yeah, it would definitely. And we had a chance at a green one, but we didn't see any.
I don't think we'd have been able to play it. So
yeah. So color probably want to be 8/7. Try to just keep things pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we actually have the meadow. So do at least 6 planes. 8, 9.
Yeah, because the armories are white sources.
6, 7. Guess. Do we do 8 and 8? Like my theory is that it just comes down to the opening hand, so you really just want even split. But then there's the argument that you want to err towards.
All our 1-drops are white.
Yeah, you want to err towards that, but I wonder.
We're gonna double spell with white more.
But I wonder, like, do you keep hands without red? It's just like it's almost like philosophical to me, and I feel like it's all about just the opening hand. Like,
I could see a hand where you keep a mono white hand with a golden pick.
And then there's also the functionality where like you want to have like 2 plains and 1 mountain. That's like my ideal draw, right? So I want to have more plains.
Yeah, slightly heavier on the white sources. Because that pick, as late as I think turn 3 is when it starts going off, and then it'll.
And I guess when you have less lands, you actually even more want to err towards just the even in my mind.
Oh yeah,
that's because like theoretically you want 8 of sources to consistently cast 2 drops. So I'm just gonna go for this split. Okay. And it is a little awkward because 2 of those whites are tapped, which makes the 1-drops even worse. But maybe that's interesting. The armory does feel worse when you have less lands. I mean, I'm gonna play them both, but I wonder if I want to play another plains and then cut a mountain just to have the extra untapped whites. But that is a reasonable case against armory. I don't think we can cut them, but I mean, it's not the end of the world if we can't 1-drop.
Is it you have to have 5 mana to armory? I guess the golden pick helps there too. As a sort of ramp.
Yeah, we're just gonna at the very least we're just gonna test it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good way to. I mean, because we're more here to learn than we are to.
Yeah, really right. Win. And I've never played it, so
that'll tell.
We're here with the theme deck, and like really, like these cards are in here because they're good. Like this is designed to be good in red-white decks, and like more often or not, it's like just gonna be good. I think.
And I keep forgetting it gets bound in gold. That's actually such a big game.
Right. Yeah.
That. Watch us win a game because of the armory, and then I'll eat my words.
Well, it can also cost you like 4 or 5 damage because you don't play the Raptor turn 1.
It's true, but I feel like it's so close. Yeah, we should just see this as is, I think, because
Okay.
we'll learn about how the mana base fares. We'll learn about
This is like the most consistent. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of Magic in limited like comes down as being the most consistent deck that doesn't get to just try to be able to play Magic and don't not play Magic. So like don't give yourself the opportunity to have splash cards you can't cast. Don't have the opportunity to draw splash lands that you don't have a card of, and that splash land could have been a mountain.
That's very
Give
true.
yourself a chance to curve out.
Yeah. Because I mean, even worst case scenario, right? We open like Plains Mountain, or well, let's say Axgard Armory Mountain, and then creatures.
Yeah.
We're maybe a turn slow, but we are still playing the game.
Yeah, and we can maybe play the Raptor like turn 3 or something.
Yeah, we can literally play with just Armory Mountain every card in our deck, but just one at a time.
Right. Armory's double red to use, which is interesting.
But yeah, Armory also being later than turn 5 makes that double red not as worrisome, I don't think.
So we get the perfect opener.
Yep.
We got the Mountain Armory, plus the bonus planes. We didn't get the 1-drop though, so like, how often does it come up? You know, here's a situation where the Armory literally was just free.
For sure.
And we have pretty reasonable chance to get 2-for-1s out of it, which is just game breaking. If you had a rune to get the more value, it would be really nice. So this game, we're trying to really just set up Firewalker, Demon Bolt. But I think we just start out with the reinforcements and just crush them. This card just kills the opponent so quick.
I mean, you could just cast that on 4 because we have 2-drops. We can start getting. Well, now they have an 0-4. Now I really like playing reinforcements.
Huh? I almost like
Demon Bolt?
just bolting it, but we want to just get in damage, and now we have the options. We can still just cast Bolt.
Yeah.
Gets hard safe. I don't think there's any targeted discard.
I don't believe so.
No, there's that discard too. Could be like a rare or something.
The only discard that comes to mind is the Rakdos enchantment, but that's also we get to use. So
could be some messed up rare. I don't know about.
Oh, they're all in snow. Okay.
Yeah, they have a nice deck.
Sure.
I should have seen who was in the draft. Like maybe they were in my draft, and then I could have realized that they took that snow thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's ever actually worth bolting this. Because we could just bolt it right now. Or again, we just suspend the bolt and pass, or do we just? I guess we just. My thought was to use my mana.
Yeah, I think we Firewalker, and then we can double spell the following turn.
Well, if we Firewalker, he's just going to kill it, I assume. So I kind of wanted to avoid that.
Okay.
Keep this as my ace in the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have suspended it and used it on the turn.
Oh, that's true. In case they played something better.
Yeah, I could play a 2/3 thing.
Well, we will find out.
Probably drawn 2. They did.
Ooh.
Well, no, not really. It's actually not a huge deal.
We cannot bound and gold that because it exiles itself.
Yeah.
So
let's just play some stuff. Let's actually play the Shield Knight. Let's be really resilient.
If the thing gets big, it's a little scary.
But he has to exile it now, so like it's gonna just out of the way. Like right now, it's best as a 2/4.
That's true.
But would have been nice to kill that. That's pretty bad. Could always bound it. All right, cool. That's where I want it to be. If he gets a card out of it, so be it. He doesn't really have the luxury to get 2 cards out of it. He's just gonna be dead.
Just play a big creature we can bound in gold, and then we need to draw land, and then maybe just
steal up the shield mate.
Yeah,
oh, that's frustrating. Right here.
We might have to just steal to start getting aggressive.
Might have to bound and gold it.
Trading with a 2/1, is that? It's not the worst in the world.
Yeah, here with this attack, play the Firewalker. Could steal here, but I think the Firewalker. Oh, he does still have something. You have 2 Infertile? Oh, he has 1 Infertile. Hope he doesn't hit me with discard. Maybe playing the armory was bad there. But with the Firewalker, okay, so he did have that.
Well, even if we discard now, we can
steal. Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder if that means we discard the bound in gold. Nah, that can't be right.
Well, if he hits us for discard 2.
That's true.
So armory looking good here. Get equipment and a +1 if we have a mountain.
Firewalker can help us find lands, yeah? Yeah, play that card this turn. Okay.
Yep, now's our chance to drop the Firewalker. He's going to definitely Cosmo.
Four cards in hand.
So, I mean, I pretty much punted this by giving him the Cosmo. I guess the Firewalker can get us back the card, and we wouldn't have been able to otherwise, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, thank God he missed. Oh no, he has another thing. Getting ground out by a cool mid-range deck.
We could. Oh, well, I was gonna say we could keep the steel, put it on the Firewalker, and still get in with it.
Yeah, well, he has 4 power still. He can still block. He can double block it.
But then we still get to take out both of his board and get back the bound in gold anyway. I don't know. They do just get to exile that, and we lose the bound in gold. Oh, we can get it back though. That's not.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I had mentioned earlier. It's.
Good point that if this dies, we could just bound. Because you can't often get the bound back, but plenty of times you can for various reasons. And if he exiles it, we just get it back. So that's nice. So
we can steal it instant speed. So
yeah,
we just hope the mana and get it back. And
well, I'm gonna play it. Yeah, because we can next turn just use our turn to do this. I'll just gonna use a mountain to use this to hopefully hit a mountain and then play the cleric. Kaldheim doing good work. Okay. So here we have the extra. Oh, it's on any creature. Oh. Oh, so I could have put it on that token. That would have been good. But I guess we'll just do it on ourselves here. Could do it on this, and yeah, it would have been good on that one because then he would have had to block this. That's what I should have done.
That does nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, they just have to put it back down. Okay.
Oh, I should have put a counter on this. I didn't foresee that. Dang.
Okay. Well, they have the removal.
Cool. All right. Well,
I was gonna say any of our equipment or auras in the deck that we still have.
Yeah, here we just need a mountain. This is where the armory breaks it open.
I was gonna say we could also just hard draw them, but well,
Yeah, I'll just play this and pass.
we can have access to Bound in Gold for next turn.
Yeah, not killing that Cosmo really got me. We would have won this game, I think. Frankly, just because it gets around Bound in Gold so well.
Yeah,
that would have been dead, and then the 04 would have traded with R3 too, and then we would have maybe been able to. Our Bound in Gold wouldn't have had a good target. Maybe I guess it would have been on the Elder Fang, and then he couldn't have got it back with the Herald, and I guess he would have got back Priests. Would have been interesting. He just wouldn't have drawn a card or two.
I don't think we're out of this game just yet, though. We do still have a bunch of flyers we can get.
I don't think it's worth using the. Well, I guess it is, because if he just pretty unlikely he discards us. If he does, it stops him from getting a card, and there was a chance we might want to use it.
Well, there's a flyer.
Let's just play it.
She is certainly one of the strangest gods so far.
Yeah. Pretty good, though. Pretty cool. The best half is probably the equipment. Like that's how you make it work. It's like a weird smuggler's copter. And then the Cosmo is sweet with fetch lands too. So it's really like, it's like a modern legacy. People have been using it with like acceleration, mobile hierarch, Stoneforge Mystic stuff. Like that. Ice Fang Quaddle maybe, stuff like that.
She is certainly a pile of text. It is our turn.
It certainly is. Nice. So we're just gonna fly on out. This is kind of sweet.
Yeah. That Tegrid is. There's no way that we can deal with that, huh? Activated ability.
We're just gonna bind it. Yeah.
Well, do we even need to? If we're just flying over the top, I guess it menace to attacks in, but then I almost think it's worth it to just triple block, because Bound in Gold doesn't get rid of the ability, and having them steal our stuff, especially our flyers, could be very problematic. So we almost want them to attack.
Let's see. We have them dead in 2 turns. We triple block, get removal. Go to
Holding 15. The Bound in Gold for if they play a flyer might be worth it.
Yeah, it probably is. Probably is. You're probably right that I shouldn't actually jump the gun. We're pretty low risk of dying, and it is quite a good point that a flyer is the most likely way for us to lose, and we can afford to race. So, what is he saying? Sorry, just saying it's YouTube. It's been a great game. Yeah, I like your style. Let's play around something. I'm not sure what flyers there are. Punishes us if we draw a mountain pretty bad. But maybe not. Like it just almost doesn't matter, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
let's just give ourselves more outs.
They could very easily have just the 4-mana 3/3 that foretells, which would very, very much get in the way of our 2/2. Completely changes the clock.
It's awkward if he because I don't know, like if he killed our Valkyrie, then it's like I wish I would have stopped the Tegrid. But then, like you said, we can just triple block, but That's not. I mean, I'd rather just one for one with the bounded gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to know what more flyers there are. Okay.
I mean, that's technically a flyer. It was just our flyer. Interesting.
Non-basic, non-creature, so that doesn't do anything.
Okay, well, we have them on a 3-turn clock.
Well, so that's hot because we can now. Oh no, I was saying we can pump this. Then we'd have to still get rid of that, or we can just trade.
I almost think we bound and gold their flyer and swing for 3 because we still have them on a clock.
It's probably our best shot. Yeah. Do we even need to value? Yeah, that's. Then we have to hopefully hit a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Draw the other Spectre of Steel and just.
Yeah, and then we can. The other Spectral Steel isn't enough on its own, but if they kill.
If they get too aggressive, we see they can't really attack us because they're under such pressure.
Yeah, we would just kill them on a swing back.
Yeah,
so
if they give us any room, if they give us like a shot to get one creature in, we can win with a Steel or a Valor.
Yeah, even if they kill our. Oh, weird. How does that? I don't think that does anything. Yeah, they just gain control of it, but it's.
I guess they might. Maybe they get the token. They get the token if it dies. So that actually is good. But we had to do what we had to do, and 1/1 is what it is.
I was going to say, though, if they killed the Courser, obviously now they've done that, it changes, but we would get the 1/1, and then if we draw the mountain, we can armory for the other.
I think they get the 1/1.
Now they do, but I was saying before.
Right. We could. Oh, that's a great point. We get to keep the same clock.
Yeah, we would still have a 3/3.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess we get
having a 5/5 versus a 3/3 isn't really worth it.
Oh, the pick only costs 1 to come down, but we still can't use it.
I think it's either 2 to play or 2 to equip.
This makes it cheaper, yeah. So it's 1 to cast, but we still don't have enough, and we can't use the helm because it's double red. We can get. The question is, I guess we don't need to use anything at this point, and we can't really get any other creatures through. So let's just attack and see if they have removal.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and then if they kill the 1/1, we just agree. Oh no, they'll get it, but we get the Steel either way.
Yeah, still play the mountain though, because
the Steel's hot because then we can get this back. Yeah, we're gonna mountain, get the pick and the Steel.
Assuming the Valkyrie dies.
Uh-oh. Whoops.
They get our land?
No, they just get their freaking Herald. That's blew us the fuck out.
No, they get the land.
Oh, put that card. Okay.
Yeah.
And he luckily can't use it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoops. Okay. But yeah, that's a horrible punt. If I'd known about that, I guess I
would have waited until their end step. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
And then Spectral Steel is probably still the best thing here.
Yeah. So that ended up being sweet.
Oh, you can get 2 things.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's and. I would say 2 for 1. I don't know if I didn't realize you didn't realize that. Once I saw that is when I realized this card is insane. Yeah. I didn't know that till I read it. No.
That changes. Okay. That makes more sense.
The card is insane.
And we could still get 2 more cards off. Wow, that's good.
Right. Yeah. We still have the helm, man. So we're getting to see Armory just completely break open the game.
Unless they have, well, I guess they gain 3. I was about to say.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Well, we still have lethal, though.
True. And they still can't afford to attack us. But we can still push in 2 damage if we want. I didn't realize we were sitting above them this whole time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yuck. You could have played around that, theoretically. Oh, no. Still not the end of the world, but that blew us out bad.
Do they get to cast either? Does it still equip or enchant something?
Yeah. But luckily, they don't have a flyer, so.
Yeah, thank goodness it wasn't a creature that we discarded. I guess any of those we would have drawn, we would have played out anyway. Well, thank goodness we don't have the what are they? The equipment that enter with creatures. That would have probably been the worst case scenario.
Oh gosh. Yeah. That's such a good point. That's funny.
Because we would 100.
We have the angel one. He just cast the angel off this armor he took.
Oh goodness. It would just come straight into play. Oh, you're saying, yeah, you still have to pay the cost when it enters. That's interesting. Yep. And now they can't do any more discard shenanigans.
Yeah, that was a bad trade, dude.
And that's the main reason that I was first thinking about the bound and gold line. Because all the rest of their discard is just regular discard now. All the rest, if they have any, there's actually like only one card, I believe, that makes us sacrifice creatures. It's the black Tegrid's Invocation or something. It's just 4 or 5 mana. Each player sacks 2 or target opponent sacks 2.
But, that's a blowout. Oh, wow, yeah. That's sweet.
But now it doesn't do anything. Well, I mean, it's still just removal, but we can fight through that.
In one of the 3-0 decks on call, I had 2 of those.
All right. What do you have, opponent? Nothing. So they showed us a few sagas, but I don't know that's enough to warrant Invoke the Divine.
Yeah, because sagas, they already get their card.
Iron Verdict actually looks, no, not so much, because they're not going to be attacking with their gods anyway. We don't have any way to say.
Did they have a lot of removal? Is this a situation where we want to? We don't need life. I don't think we need the Gambit. Seems like it could be punishing against their deck with sagas and stuff to put in.
The Flyers have seemed pretty good against them.
Yeah, they did.
But I could see cutting Spectral Seal for Braggart.
We are on 15. Braggart would have been pretty good, though.
Yeah.
It
does still give us game on the ground when they do flood out. If we don't hit our Flyers like we did.
Could cut the 2 Valors.
I was liking those because they just put Flyers into play. And with the amount of equipment we have, the Flyers are fantastic with those. I'm not huge on Spectral Steel, though, now, because we did see a decent amount of removal out of them, and that is the hardest one hit by removal.
Let's cut one of each.
Yeah, okay.
Almost makes me want to cut out Armory, but... Cool, Braggart will be good. I think this is keepable. Maybe not. Maybe we need a 2-drop every time. But the Flyers are good. We have 2 of them.
Yeah, and the Valor just keeps more Flyers in play.
Our turn 2 is great here. Let's make it 3/3 with the effect. Oh no, it's a second. Never mind.
Yeah, it works in the opposite order, awkwardly. Might still be worth it.
Yeah, it might just make it 2/2. Yeah.
2/2 with Vigilance?
Probably not.
I almost wonder if we were going to do that, it'd be worth just to play the Plains out first. But I don't know. Just play it turn 1, get aggressive with it. But
right. I should have. Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Yeah. Just them quick clicks.
Might deal 4 damage. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that was bad. You basically could have built the teardrop when you did. So it costs us 2 damage. We'll see what develops.
And I think we want them to offer a trade with it, because then we can start to pull the Valkyrie out.
Yeah.
We'll take all their trades all day long. And the fact that it's vigilance means that that's easier for us too.
True.
But if they're not blocking it, they won't attack into it, I don't think.
Could be worried about run amok or something weird. Ah, well, here, look, this is the exact situation that came up, man. Where they're not going to block, but they might attack. That's really funny. Boast. Yeah, that's really fun. And of all the boasters, this seems like a pretty good one that you might cash in for land. Hell yeah.
Fantastic.
Run amok would have been sick. Do we even
just play the Courser now because the Valkyrie can double spell next turn?
I guess so, yeah. And tighter on the mana. Also, if he has removal, he could theoretically have like that 1 mana blue one.
They probably have the green fight spell, given that there's no.
I believe they milled the 1-drop one to get uncommon. I thought they milled that game one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look. Maybe I can.
That could be dangerous. I don't think there's really. We just are gonna have to play into it though.
Yeah. Blizzard Brawl. Yeah, he mills Blizzard Brawl.
That does make any equipment and enchantment that we draw interesting though, because it almost makes us, if we can get our biggest thing to have toughness bigger than their biggest thing +1, then we might want to try and do that as a way to play around the removal spell. But that's a bit of a specific situation.
What did you say again? I was zoning out.
Because they've got the fight spell, right? We know for a fact they have 1. They probably have 2. Well, the troll kind of defeats the purpose of all of that because they could fight and pump the troll. So in any situation, we can't. I was going to say try and like use our equipment and auras to pump our biggest guy to try and dodge some of the
negate their fight. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like you play counterintuitively, walk into other removal, but play around the fight. Yeah.
More of just a thought process thing. But with the troll, it's definitely not worth it anymore. Ooh, I wonder. I could see this game going long if we don't kill them with flyers. So the Valkyrie leading might be better just to gain a little bit of life.
Yeah, I think, yeah, and the same argument of the double spell. And yeah. You could have dealt an extra damage or 2. So definitely there's been a cost to this Valkyrie. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, and we're already down a little bit of damage, but like at this point, it's just the inevitability. And our flyers have that.
Yeah, we have the inevitability of we're racing, so like the light from this is good, and just this troll like could definitely race us.
Yeah.
And then maybe he could turn the corner with like this or something. So
and we would love to see them race too, because if they start turning that troll sideways and paying mana for it, they're not playing other
best case scenario now with the Valkyrie. So we just cut off some line, and you could also just argue that again this Valkyrie is just better. So we just want to present our smaller stuff and then finish with the Valkyrie.
Oh, please pump. Please pump.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Oh, so that probably screams fight.
That's true. Yeah. A situation where if we had any pump spells or any equipment, rather, we could have put it on there and that would have been fantastic.
Oh, it's cheaper. Sweet.
Ah, wonderful. Well, we couldn't play around another fight even if we wanted to, just because their trolls got so much damage. So if their troll couldn't pump, if it was just a random 2/3, I think there's a non-argument
to just put the pick after combat on the Valkyrie with the treasure. But here it's just not relevant. Or I guess that wouldn't be enough either, because both the fight spells pump +1/+0. Or +1 at least.
Guess it would make him not have to pump. What else could there be? I'm thinking of not even playing a land because they don't need it.
I can see that. Well, yeah, because we want them to make us discard here.
Yeah, not draw.
And it plays around discard later as well if we just hold on to lands.
Although he does have those other things. And if we draw the X card, we wait modern mana. I guess I'll play it. And let's just move it to protect our biggest thing. Play around, fight the best we can.
I thought you'd already played out a land, so I was thinking we'd have to use the treasure to do it. Why I was going through all the mental gymnastics. That's a lot of mana. Realize, so they're not going to pump this combat.
Good. So, like, they could have maybe raced us if they like killed the Valkyrie. So not pumping is cool. We just need action here real bad.
Well, the pump doesn't necessarily mean they don't have removal, because that attack is still, yeah, okay.
All right.
Fantastic.
I think now is when we do your
theory,
your fight theory.
Well, no, actually, it doesn't work here. Because they do still have the troll. So if they have a fight spell, they can still just pump and fight. So now we do still want to go for the average, like put it on the spirit or something. Oh, well, we're not.
Well, there's no real downside at this point.
Kind of true. Yeah, I guess because we can get back the Valor.
I mean, I guess I kind of am putting eggs in one basket because the Valkyrie is bigger. I'm kind of giving up a point of power.
Oh, but they'd have to. No, yeah. No, this is good because they would have to spend their entire turn if they had a fight spell to try and kill our flyer now, the big one.
And they're still
dead. If we did that, we still have lethal on board with the pickaxe.
Yeah, so I just have to move the pickaxe here.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think we got him.
Two removal with 3 mana? I doubt it. At instant speed even?
Even if they do, we can just jump them, hopefully. I guess Path of the World Tree they could use next turn though. Sick, that was incredibly fun.
Wow. Okay. Eating my words, but because I can't read this tiny screen about the land. So
the armor.
Yep. For sure. Absolutely worth as a 2-for-1. On a land, even. Wow. Yeah, because from my original perspective, just 5 mana tap land that also slows us down as an aggressive deck that can get a 2 or a 1 mana spell in the late game, it doesn't seem that exciting, but getting 2, being able to spread damage changes the math on that completely. And the removal spell, of course.
Yeah, the Valor was okay. The Spectral Steel was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I think the combination of Steel and Valor, being able to like loop the Valor and make more flyers makes it worth it in this deck.
And having the armories to have something to get more value.
That's true.
It's like there's like a couple different ways to get value from it.
Well, we basically had to draft like every single card that cares about Valor in order to make it worth it.
Yeah, and the Valor's still pretty weak. If we had like runes instead of Valor, then this deck would seem freaking awesome, I think.
Yeah, and we just easy replace for sure. Yeah.
I wonder if we can cut one of them for a braggart.
Maybe a seize this? Nah. That doesn't seem necessary. Yeah. I could see that because it still leaves us with what? 3
Yeah.
enchantments, 2 equipment. I don't know. Maybe just like the equipment plan hyper aggression game 1. Just trying to go under as many decks as possible and then have the grindier, more consistent game plan post sideboarding after being able to see what they're up to. But this gives us a stronger game plan, I think, when we don't know what we're up against.
Look at the old perfect hand, the old Armory Mountain.
Yeah. Story Seeker's hilarious with enchantments and equipment.
Let's do it.
Or as an equipment.
Story Seeker is sweet. Yeah, it's gonna kick ass. This game gets a green deck.
Yeah, especially if they just play
Right.
something like a 3/2 or something. We just get to helm, equip, save back our Firewalker. Maybe, or I guess we'd steal there. Yeah, just play a 3/2. A 2/3. That's about the same.
Let's just offer it up.
Well, why?
Let's run them up.
I'll run them up. Yeah.
And then we can play the helm. Be a pretty good turn. I think now we just course. Well, I guess Firewalker.
We don't have the mana to really start drawing cards. I think, yeah, Courser playing out our hand.
Firewalker getting lands though.
That is true. I forget that I can do that.
Yeah, we can't use it. We're probably not going to use Spectral Steel with Courser. More damage. What's he got?
We're told, huh?
Wonder if he has a kill attacker.
Yeah, kill a tapped creature. I think that's fairly
Oh,
likely.
he tapped out a white, so no.
Okay.
He could have a poison the well.
What does that one do?
Oh, we can attack. Poison the well is like, I think it's called that. Kills a creature, scry 2.
Oh, yeah. But that's... Yeah, they could have that, but they would just kill anything anyway.
Bounding Gold. Here's where the flyers are going to be critical. Okay. It was Oracle. Okay, so that's an aggressive card. So his deck's a little bit split. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the opening we are looking for.
Yeah, now we want to trade off on the ground. So it almost wonder if Spectral Steel on the flyer just really get aggressive.
Yeah. I'm all about it.
Get that Valkyrie down at some point. Do we play Equip Tormentor's Helm, or do we hold up Run Amok for maybe like a fight spell?
Well, if we attack, what happens?
Swing out? No, we can't.
Well, if we trade, then we get to Valkyrie.
Yeah, we could definitely swing out, huh?
Maybe we just swing the Firewalker.
Yeah, because we could still activate as well post combat.
Unfortunately, I played a land, so I kind of punted if we would have drawn a planes.
Oh.
So I actually don't even think we do it. Although here, I think then we just run amok.
Mm-hmm. And then still play Tormentor's Helm.
Yeah.
Okay. 13. 3-turn clock now with the Helm.
And we have the Valkyrie back up.
Mm-hmm. Does that make it that does make it a 2-turn clock.
Oh yeah. To 8 to 0. Exactly. Okay, perfect. This couldn't think of a card I'd rather see.
So we could even just still attack with the Firewalker. Because we can't Valkyrie yet. Oh, they had the removal. Okay.
Wow.
Well, now we can Valkyrie. So
We can lifelink back here. Oh wow.
well,
I don't even think we need to use that. I think we just hook up the Story Seeker and attack. And then play the Valkyrie. And I guess we could bind, but I don't. Actually, I like this a lot.
Yeah, offer the trades.
Yeah, I just thrilled to trade with the troll, I think.
Yep, and they still take the damage, which still puts them at the 2-turn clock to the well, they gained life.
Oh right, with that.
So, but yeah, that still works. If they block the helmet, they still take 5 here, and we can still just equip it to the flyer, swing for 5 next turn. They're still on a 3-turn clock, and could potentially play the Liberator too. No, it's still just better to play the Angel. Yeah.
Yeah, Liberator's pretty loose at this point.
Yeah.
Armory looks good though.
Oh, it froze on me, so I didn't see the combat. But oh, so they traded Troll. Okay.
So now it's time to take down this Oracle, I think.
12.
Oh yeah, we can if we use the Armory, we hit them to 8, and then we can pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another steel and a thing. We have plenty of mana. Yeah, they're actually dead if they don't gain 2 life from this Axe Guard. But I wonder if it's. Do you see that? We get the Spectral Steel and the pick.
We will sack a land if we do that. So that's 1, 2, 3. We won't be able to pick, but we will just have an extra 3. No, we won't have lethal. Oh, right. Yeah, I keep forgetting that the Centaur or the Courser makes things cheaper. But seven, 2.
So I guess they're still dead if we draw land.
If we draw a land?
Yeah, we can get a steal and play it. For 1.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go.
Hopefully it gets there, yeah. I bet it does. Good stuff. Good stuff. This Armory is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. I guess like black removal spell.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't have the black one now. He might. That would suck.
Because he has 1 card in Foretold, right? Still, yeah. But he doesn't have it. Okay. And it would have to be exactly the uncommon too.
So this is a matchup where maybe we like almost like you could sideboard away from it.
Yeah, it is. It looks like they tried to be like a 3-color aggro deck.
I guess the splash is still just not really doable.
Mm-mm.
Thinking cut the Valors, play the Braggarts. kind of want the verdict as well. Maybe cut a cleric or raptor. You still have the 2 equipments and 2 enchantments, plus the bound.
I think I like the Raptors over Cleric.
Yeah, it's a
because
flyer,
of
right?
Spectral Steel. Yeah.
Flyers have been great.
And like first strike against the aggro deck, they just
Right,
have
right.
the 2/1, right?
God, these are the perfect. These Armory Mountain draws have been great. The 1-drops are not.
There's your
Donut way.
your favorite reinforcements again.
Yeah, and this hand this is
Great go for it.
yeah, it's great. Gives us bodies for auras too, for our equipment.
Yep.
And here's a game where Raptor can just naturally come down a little bit later. You slip it down. Okay. Like you said, a weird mid-range.
Yeah. Potentially we turn 3 Raptor and creatures just to go wider, but I guess with the 2/3 our 2/1s aren't as exciting. So yeah.
Well, no, because we can just bound this. And this plays around this plays around fight and stuff. It just just puts pressure without investing in anything. And again, also just keeping this Firewalker as an ace in the hole at this point. Although there's an argument you want to get it going quickly. Even if I can get 1 card out of it, it could also be good. Here we did get punished. So let's just flyer.
For 4?
I think it's better. Do you think it's better than Braggart? It seems like it would be here.
Well,
I guess.
So we can
bound and then Braggart. Kind of just want to race them. It's awkward that we can't. We could do it for 2 later. So maybe you just Braggart here.
I do like Braggart here. Swing with the Raptor because it allows the Braggart to attack next turn.
It holds Z's at home, which is worth something. Yeah, I'm gonna just go for mana efficiency here. I have the armory, so that could come up. It's a little.
Well, they don't have the snow to activate, right? So they don't have.
It's better against fights. It just plays really well on the board here, and there's potential if he doesn't play a creature. There's a potential I could blow him out by stopping 1 and then getting a counter, and then yuck.
Well, now I really like this.
We just race him?
I think so. I think we can. Because bound and gold is going to be pretty huge here. Hump Braggart. Maybe hold back 1 Berserker to, or no, the Berserker won't work to chump. Maybe hold back the Raptor to chump so we can play the Valkyrie.
Oh, that's a good argument. Although the Braggart on tapping here, I forgot. That's actually nuts. That changes everything. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, that would have been a decent opportunity to do that, huh? Uh-oh.
Well then, that's certainly a card they can have in their deck. Well, we can triple block it.
Yeah, let's try to grind him. Best we can do.
So now we want to hold on to the Flyers. We want to stall the board.
Yeah, this worked out. This Majo's just busted. Busted beyond belief. Wow. 4 Flax. This card is sick.
Yeah, we have to keep the Braggart though. So I
wonder
it
stops Braggart from getting counters.
Oh, yeah. They've got an Alpha Strike here, right?
Feels like it, but they could also try to just grind us out with the Maja. Because the trolls don't have a good attack.
This is
but I guess so. You have to, let's see, the Berserker eats a troll. The Warnclax gets the Firewalker and Shieldmate. Dwarf.
This is game
So
2
it's like
against
3.
them, right?
Yeah, Alpha Strike seems pretty good if he has anything. I think we go to like 1 and just lose everything. Or I guess we keep the Braggart. It's close.
Trolls without snow are kind of interesting.
Yeah, they're not the worst. 3 mana, 2/3. Good here with Maja. They're not certainly not a playable card. But that's so. Okay, so I guess we want to keep the Braggart.
Yeah, I think we have to get rid of the Firewalker, sadly. It's funny, we finally have a reduced Valkyrie, and I don't think we're gonna have needed the mana all that much.
Well,
Depends on what
we have
do.
Armory, so our mana is kind of tied up.
That's true.
And we have been playing defensively, so it actually that Braggart ended up being pretty clutch. Pretty clutch. Completely important. Okay, maybe there's a way we can pull this out. I guess we have to add to the board. So where do we put the helm?
On the flyer.
Well, we have to deal with this Outrider. So we need to figure out how to best deal with the Outrider. So I want to use the helm towards the Outrider.
Oh, if we had the mana, we could equip the Braggart, attack with it as a 6/6, but then no, that's bad too. Okay.
Maybe we put it on the Raptor. Yeah, it's pretty good on the Raptor, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking originally.
Let's see, we task with the Outrider. What do we do? 1, 2, 3. So the Outrider, we almost have to put the Valkyrie in front of. Like Valkyrie and the Berserker. So maybe we do put it on the Valkyrie. Then it stops tokens.
Yeah.
If we put it on the Braggart, then we could block with Raptor and Braggart. That would be kind of cool. Then you can only kill the Braggart. I guess we can now Valkyrie and Braggart.
Yeah.
In the same way. Okay. Yeah, the flyer does a lot of things for us. This is fine. I mean, we're pretty dead, but Armories is a bit too slow here.
Yeah, they
doesn't actually impact the board unlike the other ones.
Not directly, at least.
That's a serious problem. He's going to outgrind us.
Yeah.
That's a serious problem. It turns off our flyers. Yeah, that's going to be hard to beat there. He just puts it on a troll and the game kind of unravels. That's cool. We got game 3. The Braggarts have certainly been awesome.
That is the only artifact we've seen out of them. Only artifact or enchantment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so they're still definitely not worth invoking.
They could just play poorly. That's an option. They could just play poorly.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of what you're literally always hoping for playing Magic, is sitting there and just hoping they just don't play perfectly. And like that's basically was like my career playing PTQ. It's like it's winning so many games because people don't play perfectly, and then when you play the hardest players, the highest levels, and people play better, you don't get as many wins. But complex games of limited are just always hard, So those people are just going to make mistakes, and not even necessarily mistakes, clear mistakes, so much as they just might have like a strategy that's different or their game plan. You might be able to just outmaneuver something. So
I think everything but the Braggart, because that's going to be our biggest blocker anyway, and we can re-equip the equipment to it. They do eat everything, but I feel like the Braggart having toughness is our best bet here. Like you said, they already shut off our flyers. Or just chump, yeah.
Yeah, it's over.
Because none of the removal on our deck can deal with it.
We're just down.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we have our Maja. Could be a Shackles. We need
Oh,
to
that would be
kill.
hilarious.
We need to kill his Maja. Divine Gambit seems awful though against green white. He's like the worst against green white.
Mm,
Probably just run it back.
yeah.
The Iron Verdict was good.
I mean, Shackles, that's actually really interesting, right? Because they just have big things. It could, if we get an aggressive enough start, it could.
Yeah, it could. Let's try it.
That's the only other way that we have to deal with their stuff other than bound in gold.
Maybe we just
because-
cut the verdict.
Yeah, I like that. Because it doesn't hit the stuff that we care about.
Let's just try to kill him. Although if we're racing with flyers, the verdict is pretty good.
I mean, the verdict doesn't deal with their reach equipment. It doesn't deal with either of the big guy.
Kills a 5/5.
Yeah.
Whatever that's worth. This will be fine. Just employ the game plan. We're not grounding out Maja, so
Mm-hmm.
let's just try to kill them. Let's take their Maja and play land, you know?
Yeah. Let's lead double Raptor and Maja to swing for like 8 or something in the air.
Oh, and we take the Maja and it pumps you. Oh, that's a good point. Didn't even think of that. That's sick. Yeah, just play reinforcements, take a Maja.
Yeah. We do still have Demon Bolt that can hit her.
Yeah, let's try to draw this and save it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like our first mall.
Ooh.
Second one.
No. Okay. Well, Firewalker, do your best.
Yeah,
That's all we can ask.
yeah. Rip a 2-drop. Get lucky with Valkyrie. Let's draw a Story Seeker. Come on. Yeah.
Valkyrie is the only life gain we have in our deck, but I want to see the
Story Seeker.
Dagger.
You want to see what?
Oh, I was gonna say I want to see us somehow gain enough to pop the +2/+2, but we'd have to play like all of the.
Oh, it's
angels
Angel
in
or
there.
Cleric. I thought you gain life for any creature. I didn't really
No.
understand this card. This is not nearly as good as I thought, but it's still a great pickup. But I thought that was for everything. I just didn't understand that until literally right now. I thought it was for every creature you played.
There's a version of this deck that we could sideboard into where we just bring in all the life gain too, because we have 3 of the double spell gain life guy.
Oh
But
yeah,
then-
yeah.
Then you're banking on drawing
Oh
the
wow,
one.
look at this. We just lucked out.
Yeah, they're doing slow. Doesn't mean they have mana, and likely they have something big,
Oh,
but
that's so lucky. We're gonna win on 5. So we
that
just
bounding
we
good.
just got our 6 card, and they skipped 2 turns doing nothing. Now
Come
we're gonna get
on.
our 7th card, and we're gonna push it through with Helm or Bound. Okay, so we can use Helm here.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
We draw that.
Ooh. Yeah, so that'd be good if we get a land off the Firewalker.
Point. So we'll use Mountain to pay. Okay. Yeah, we gotta beat the guy with 2, the lame guy with 2 Revitalize. The mad lame guy. It's a cool avatar though.
Yeah.
One of the better ones. One of the rarer ones, actually.
I don't play Moto much.
Yeah, people who like back in the early days of Magic Online. Like I've played for 21 years, like basically since the beginning, since the beta test.
Oh, wow.
And the avatars actually were linked to abilities. in a special Vanguard format. Like, I don't know if you've seen the old Vanguard cards that were printed.
Yeah,
They gave you
I tried doing the
abilities.
Momir Big grind when I first started on.
Okay. Yeah, just Momir, but tons of different ones, and you would actually play standard like with. Like I played like Is It Tron with whatever. Like, there's just so many different ones. Zuberas.
Could you
ones that
use
sat-
them competitively, or were they just
There
for?
were tournaments. Well, there were actually challenges and stuff of these like daily events where you could play these Vanguard formats. So like,
So
I played a lot and made a lot of tickets, grinding out standard Vanguard, and there was a metagame, and it was
do you know
just
why they
fun as
did away
hell.
with them? Were they just not balanced?
It just, I guess they were not popular, not super popular, and then Magic kind of just got more. They honed in more on certain things. It just got, I guess, cleaned up a bit.
Streamlined.
Yeah. So like, and like there were a lot of avatars came out like during the set. So like whatever set this is, like when they had like visions, because not every set was on Magic Online back then. They like were slowly added with new releases. So like there weren't a lot in circulation of a lot of these avatars, and like a lot of them are actually still decently valuable.
So I know it's quite a bit of a different story now, but how
We actually hit the one drop. What's that?
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, how unreasonable do you think it is to think that there's a possibility they do like they did with Magic Online with Arena, and just slowly over the years work their way backward, and maybe in like 10, 15, 20 years, they do actually have full modern legacy vintage on Arena?
I think it's within the realm of possibility. I think like probably over the march of time, like, and maybe it's inevitable. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
Maybe it's inevitable. It seems to me closer to being inevitable than unlikely. Like, I'd say it's more likely. It seems almost more likely, not over the long term, but I don't know. Maybe not. I would like. It'd be great if they just kept Magic Online forever. But if Magic Online gets shut down, it would be the saddest day of my life. I remember when you want to hear a funny story you might appreciate?
Yeah.
And anyone who's listening to this call, when I was in college, there was a time when Magic, I think it was called Magic 2.0, like that they had like 2.0. They were taking it down to bring up, maybe it was 1.5 or something. They were taking down and launching 2.0 or launching 2.5 or something. It was like some huge update, and it really, like, Magic Online was down for like a couple days. It wasn't just for a few hours.
Yeah.
It was down for like a few days. And it was like my friend and I just had no idea what to do with ourselves. So we ended up downloading the game called Second Life. So I played Second Life for one night. It was just like a strange, weird experience. Like, Magic Online came down, and I was just like filled the void with some bizarre.
Was that an online account-based game as well? Do you still have your old account for that?
No, I mean, I played the one night and didn't. It was just like some weird game.
Downloadable, yeah, PC game. I've never heard of it. I'll have to look it up.
Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, it was famous. It was just like a completely free world. Like, people like literally like lived second lives in it because it could like do anything.
So here, you can get aggressive.
Yeah, 100%. And this is a clock.
Found in golden.
This was just best case scenario.
Yeah. The opponent's like, what? Did they go to the bathroom? What happened?
Yeah, I guess I'm slow rolling him here. Fuck.
Sorry, we just got to talking.
Top decked it.
And it has to be cast this turn, I assume.
Yeah. So the best hit there would have been Axard Armory. Because like, even if we hit another land, like, I still almost won Armory. This game's over.
2-turn lethal in the air, even if they deal with the board. No, Yeah, 2 turn lethal in the air. Even if they have the equipment to give something reach, we can get around that. Yep, we're still fine. That is not enough there, friend.
Oh, that bow. It's frustrating.
Because we just get to put them to 1 here. And then we have 3 lethal attacking threats, so them blocking 1 doesn't matter.
Which
They'd
one
have to
do
have
we?
2.
Which one do we kill? The Reacher.
Yeah. Because we just have the inevitability in the air. They have to have 2 removal spells or another way to have reach or flying. 2 other ways to have reach and flying.
Oh,
on the
I could have moved the equipment.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Oh, I guess no, because it's still doing damage. So
yeah, and it's still fine too because we can just equip it next turn, and we still have the
no, he's cooked.
lethal threats. Oh, I must have miscounted somewhere, or did they gain life somehow? No, okay, that first strike damage. That's right. Which actually, yeah, we just we can equip it to our 2/1, and then we have 3 or 4 lethal attackers. Because if they block, they die. So we can put it on the ground creature, and it's still they can't deal with it. They need exactly a board wipe here. Or life gain, I guess. But yeah.
Sick.
All right, all right.
It's going.
So how many matches do you get to play on these? 3?
You have to
Yeah.
play 3.
Okay. Let's what is the best thing you can open out of a treasure chest?
A foil set.
A foil set? Like a full set?
Full foil set. Worth like
What?
$250 or something.
Wow, I didn't know how those worked. I just assumed it was just like, oh, you get a card here, a card there, kind of like the just the play prizes that you get on an arena.
What's that?
The prizes you get on arena just for playing, like the random uncommon or the random rare or whatever. I thought it was like that, and then occasionally play points and occasionally tickets.
No, yeah, like you basically like always get 20 play points, which is like $2. So like they're almost like they have like this artificial like $2 kind of inside of them, and then
Could potentially be.
then you get the value on top, and they have like 43 cents of like EV of cards or something, and there's a chance you just get big money. You often will just basically get nothing.
Right.
But sometimes it'll just hit massive. It's like gambling. I literally, so you basically sell them every time. But sometimes the EV will be high enough. The bots, like there's been times in the past where the bots would buy them for like more than the EV for whatever reason. Or no, I'm sorry, the EV, the price they paid was far less than the actual EV. So you could actually crack them and take the variance, but like reliably actually make more selling the contents over the long term. But you pretty much just sell them as currency.
And that's what you do. You just sell
Yeah.
them as is. Okay. Yeah, like I do not play Moto ever. I am so unfamiliar with I'm just so slow to play on it that it makes me, since Arena came out, I'm just so much more comfortable on Arena. I'd rather play.
Yeah, Arena's nice if you are playing. If you can sustain limited on there, it's just like amazing.
Mm-hmm. I just haven't spent the time on Magic Online to get comfortable enough playing to actually be capable of playing in any kind of competitive fashion. I make way too many misplays just out of not knowing the interface So I need to either sit down and take the time to learn the interface and get good with it, or I really just plan on sticking to paper, honestly. That's the dream, is to top 8 a GP. That's what I'm pushing for.
All right, it's been super fun, Tyler. Honestly, hanging out and playing. And I think in a couple hours, I think I'm gonna stop it right now. And I guess finish this out later.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the call. It's been a great time.
Yeah, been fun. Let me know how the brew's working out.
For sure. Well, you have a good rest of your night.
You too.
Bye.
See you. All right, let's jam this last match here. So this is, I'm recording this actually the next day. I just paused this video to make sure I could get the whole league in. So just taking another look at it. I mean, I think it's good to go. These Valors are not great cards, but between the steals and the 2 lands to search for them, I think the fact that they kind of replace themselves, like, it's actually just a pretty decent card. Alternatively, I could play like an effigy. I guess Iron Verdicts. I almost, I can almost see the verdicts. You know, maybe I just caught 1 Valor. I don't ever want to draw 2. Just play another removal. Just for this trophy match, like play a little more mid-range, like with my flyers. Being able to erase isn't bad. Could play a braggart instead, maybe. Okay, I'm on the draw here, so like that verdict is going to be good, I think. Or could be good. It's like probably not going to be horrible. I guess I have to maul. It's not. There's 8 red sources. Sure. All right, so there, unfortunately, there's that verdict. I mean, maybe it'll be good. I'd like to have a plains and just double spell Raptor and the cleric on turn 2. If I draw plains, I could just do the shieldmate and the cleric. I could just suspend this, foretell it. Okay, that works. Oh, that was a mistake. Oops. I need to slam the shieldmate there so I can trade and block. I don't know what I was doing. Oh, and it's really bad because now I can't shieldmate plus cleric. So that could cost me badly. Without a boast creature in play, there's real... I mean, unless I draw a boast creature here, it's not going to matter. I'm honestly just going to trade before it's pumped. Feels bad, but oh well. Doesn't block. Oh, I should have equipped the helm to the cleric. Or to this, I mean. I'm just playing loose here. I gotta get in the zone. Get warmed up a bit. Oh, I could put it on anything. So what you go on there? On a flyer. Okay. So missed the damage. I guess 2. I could have actually played the helm, then cleric on the raptor, then equip the raptor. So that was actually a pretty bad turn. I could have hit for 2 more damage to 14. Oy. Those loose all around. 42 scoops. Okay. Sweet. The aggro wins. All right, let's run it back. Guess I can cut verdict for I'll try the verdict again. I'm on the draw, right? So okay, I can keep this plains hand. This one's fine. I mean, I can completely play magic here. Only have 1 card I can't use. And the Bowering Gold will get turned on eventually. It's also like the best card in my deck. No 1-drop here from the Armory, so we're seeing it punish us really for the first time in the draft, I think. That thing's annoying. Just to play the better creature here with lifelink, so if he wants to hit for poison, I get to gain 2 life. And eventually, I guess this will probably trade with Firewalker, or we'll bind it. Bind it when we're at 6 poison or something. 8 poison. Or we'll do that. Probably do that. So this game seems to be going fine. We'll see if he has a like a pack mate under that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they can attack. Could almost trade. Like, I guess I'd be happy trading either one, but it's probably not worth opening it up. Although, what tricks are there in this set? Plus 2-0. So he's stuck on. Yeah, let's just frickin' kill him if he's stuck on mana again, and I could get 4 damage in here. Ah, that's frustrating. Well, there's a trick. That's really annoying. So the ground's like pretty locked down at this point. That's sad. It's not going to be easy to beat with the bind gone. Need to draw a Spectral. You just play this Valkyrie and air him. Could have played it last turn, but I'm pretty happy with the bind there. He had the 1 card that blew me out. So we'll see. Man, I thought that was just going to be the draft just like that. That poorly played game 1. They're taking their time here. Can't attack. Yeah. Okay, that's actually decent. It's more power in the air. Yeah, and them missing a land drop there is really nice. Get a wash from last turn. This Valkyrie. I wonder if there's an argument to just play the Valkyrie last turn instead of the bind. Because, like, I don't get 4 damage, but then I get 3 later. But, like, if I hit, if that bind resolves, I hit for 4 there. And then they don't play anything, and I get to just hit for 4 again from that. It's just, like, game over. Oh, gosh. So that now, after they pump, they get to survive that. So that just worked out all kinds of awful for me. And then 1 land, they're containing me. This feels bad. So I'm almost to the situation where I need to just Alpha Strike, let him eat the Firewalker, but then get a card off of it and hit for extra damage. So I'm just going wide at this point. Going to reinforce. Unfortunately, they hit a land there, so that plan might be bad. Yeah. We'll see. Okay. That's a hot draw. Because once they start turning sideways and try to race, it's going to go sour for them. from this verdict, and they just don't have the luxury. When I reinforce, it's so much power. I think I'm just going to pull this out in the air. It can be hard for them to contain all these. Okay, so ground's locked down. Hopefully this fin they attack with, because then I actually would have a great attack. Or decent attack. I'd get to trade, I guess. Not actually good. Get one card of Auto Firewalker. And then it would be my 1/1 from the shield mate against their nothing. If I verdict the fin, it would kind of end up better for me. Although then the Firewalker mana, don't really have mana to use what I get if I verdict. Okay, this works out freaking. It only costs 1, 2. Wow. Yeah, no play on the ground. And now if they kill that, I just get the bind back. So great draw. I suppose I want the reinforcements. The verdict. I mean, I guess if I put verdict up, I mean, if they're gonna kill me, like it's gonna have to kind of be now. Maybe I just foretell the verdict to have it up for this turn. I can like block, blow them out. I don't know. Because I can just always hardcast the reinforcements next turn. But this gives me options this turn. Yeah, I don't mind this. Then if I draw land, I can do all of it. Whereas if I suspend the reinforcements, I guess then I could just hardcast the verdict. So either way, if I draw land, I could do both of them. But might as well have this verdict up as soon as possible. Oh, awkward. That punches me. Because if I would have, well, I guess I wouldn't have cast reinforcements. Because now is like an opportunity to go wide and just alpha strike with everything and get around them. So I'm gonna play that reinforcements. Because what they're gonna do is move that bow. Yeah, and now I can't get through. So they have 4 blockers. I have 4 attackers. I can only deal 3 damage. Oh, but I have first strike, but it's not gonna help. Okay, let's just go wide. Now they actually have 7. Ugh. All right, well that pretty much trades with the reinforcements cleanly. Okay, that's good. I can just alpha in the air. Is actually what I'm setting up to do. Block the 3/4, or the block one of the flyers. Maybe not the 3/4. They don't want to give me bind. The block probably the 3/2. Take 6 in the air, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ground creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they need to play creature or they die, and that still lets me 6 them in the air and then kill them next turn. So I'm actually in good shape here. If I draw like a helm, a pick, any sort of pump, I actually just have them dead. That Valkyrie was an amazing draw. And he's pressured because of the alpha situation. Yeah, I have 6 at the ground attackers. 3, and they're only going to block 5. So they're taking 2. The flyers get it done. If I draw a mountain, I'm actually in great shape. End of turn, let's get the helm and the other steel. And they're just dead. 6 ways to Sunday. We'll see. I need a big play here. Okay, so creature that keeps them alive. It's a good one. Digital card advantage. They missed. That's real lucky. Don't think this swamp represents anything. So I don't think I actually have removal. But pump, that's like the worst draw on the deck. Okay, let's just go for it. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's go. Oh, is my ground attack good? Do I actually want to attack on the ground? They have to block a flyer. 3. Oh, I guess I get to use Firewalker. Get to use a Raider. So my Firewalker trades with a Death Knell. The Raider trades with the Mentor. A Herald eats a Dwarf. Oh, it's a 3/2. Oh, that's a 3/2. So he has all 2. So this way I end up with a token and a Firewalker activation. Yeah. And he can't like trick me and I get to gain life. Maybe lets me Iron Verdict. So the elves just eat the dwarves. The Elder Leaf eats a Raider. The Elder Leaf eats a Firewalker. Death Knell eats a Shieldmate. Carol eats a Shieldmate. Yeah, this is fine. Hopefully they don't have a legend. This also kills flyers for reach potential. Or kills creatures that can get reached. So he has like another bow. I guess they just equip it, so it doesn't really affect anything. Yeah, they block the 3/2. Don't want to block the steal. Oh, I could have used the Firewalker with 4 blocks. I don't think I actually have burn. Well, that's like a slight punt. Unless it gives them information after. I guess if I don't actually have outs, I shouldn't. I have a run amok. Let's just hit that. Let's just hit that. Let's just hit that. Okay. That'll be good next turn. Yeah, this is good stuff. Throw it on the ground creature. It looks like let's say sweet me. I'm gonna 3-0 this. This was kind of softball. This match. Sweet. So thanks everyone for watching this video. Another 3-0 with a pretty fun deck. Good stuff. All right, thank you everyone. Catch you next time.